study what helps awakening, minimizing I till it disappears. Because I, this false identification with a certain human body, is at the center of all mental processing. If we want to get beyond mental processing, then dropping I as a body, as a certain person, is essential. Because if we drop that, then all the latching onto the mental processing will stop completely. And the thoughts will be just allowed to pass by absolutely naturally as they do, without any latching on, without any identification, leaving it all fluid as it is, without concreting it into something that feels really heavy and burdensome and limiting. It is really the I that latches onto the thoughts, the wrong identification, the false identification. Awareness is all absorbing, it is not the I. Awareness does not limit to one particular human form. It is a mistake to think so, and to build everything around this a mistake. That's why when we drop I, or when we start working on minimizing I, and with time, it drops off by itself. And all the awareness all of a sudden becomes all-inclusive, as it is. Not centered inside a particular human body, blah, 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 what we're educated and taught that it is like that, and generation after generation after generation and so on, but it is not like that. And that is the main obstacle that keeps us away from a simple awakening, from a simple experience of things or whatever it is as it is, and not only experiencing the thoughts that are always centered in this I, in this false I, in this sort of misunderstanding of what a human form is. Only an image, only a form, an empty form. And then it comes this mistaken identification with this empty form. And all awareness is all of a sudden squeezed into this little empty form. And then it just grows and grows and grows, and this I just gets so inflated, and we're so far from awakening that it's just not funny. There are, of course, ways we can do that. Of course, we need to practice, as they always say, practice with the mantra, practice with the breath, but also minimize I in just everyday life, in the way you speak, in the way you express things. Things are done. Things are in progress. Bodies sort of moving, eating. Cars being driven. Dishes are in the process of being washed. There is no special attitude towards it, that it comes from I. I like this, I want this, I don't care about this. It's something I desire, it's something I despise, it's something I fear, blah, 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 blah. No latching onto the thoughts, they're just passing through. There is a bird, there is a bench, there is the air, a little bit of wind, a little bit of moisture in the air. Noises. Everything's here. Everything can still be recognized. But it doesn't refer to a certain I. It just is. We can do in writing. When we write, avoid the I. Avoid the words like want, wish, fear, I. Stated more is there is. There is this sensation, that sensation, there is this sound, there is this sort of a feeling maybe. There is a feeling of hunger, there is a feeling of cold, there is a feeling of hot. Everything is coming our way. All the experiences, but with no reference to I, which is only an idea that we are taught and educated into. Life, cycle after life, cycle after life, cycle after life, cycle. And once it drops, this is the step to real awakening, to real experience of what is. This is a liberation. Try. It's actually not difficult. It takes time. But it's not difficult.